Hello. How y'all
Good
doing?
evening.
How you doing,
Good.
Dr. B? What's going on?
Hi, JennLu. I'm excited. I'm excited for tonight's roast. Hello,
I
everyone in chat.
hello to everybody in chat. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all excited? I see Allie 79 is excited already talking about felony Melanie. Allie 79 came to play.
Yes, she did. Melanie Felony, I cannot.
All right.
That is great. So, Jen, do you catch us up? How much do you know about the case? What do you know, and how genuine or how raw are your responses, reactions going to be tonight? Like, how
Well,
familiar are you with felony Melanie?
so I am not incredibly familiar with felony Melanie. I know some things about the
Hmm.
case, but I've never like I haven't done all the things that I normally do when I'm invested in a case. Like I watched all the episodes and stuff that were shown, the specials and whatnot on like ID and Oxygen and stuff like that. And I somewhat know who Melanie is, sort of, but I don't know all of her role because in those specials they didn't like they talked about her, but it was just a tiny bit. So
Okay.
my reaction to I've never seen this interrogation before. My reaction is going to be that of ODB, raw.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, good. So I think you're gonna all know the case of Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow. That's the Doomsday couple. So Melanie Gibb would be Lori Vallow's best friend, and actually Lori and Chad's best friend. So it's part of that case. And I'm preparing some exhibits because good old Melanie Gibb is going to be dropping a lot of names. And a lot of the names that she's going to be dropping will be from the LDS slash LDS outcast community. It's like an outcast, like,
Mhm.
hey, y'all. Oh, hey, y'all. So, hi, Max is in the house. That's right. Woo, woo.
Hello,
I'm so
Max.
happy.
What's up?
I'm so happy to see so many familiar faces
Me too. Bethy
or like
Cakes, Roadie Gal,
whatever.
Coolest Review, our familiars, Allie, Shamita,
Hmm.
Teresa.
Oh,
Oh,
Carrie's here
y'all.
too.
All you guys. Hi, Carrie.
All right, here we go.
All right. What do
Oh
I
no,
need
I
to do?
was no, I was trying to figure out the. Sorry, I'm talking to myself
Okay. Okay.
out loud again.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's kind of how we roll here.
Yes. Well, yeah. So while we're listening to good old Melanie talk, um, I think yeah, she's gonna be dropping a lot of names, but this is the basics, what you need to know. Okay, so when Tylee and JJ were quote unquote missing, and when this whole case started unfolding, it was for Thanksgiving. Uh, gosh, how many years ago was that now? 2, 4. I'm starting to sound like Spazzy Lazzy now.
I
I can't.
feel like it was
28,
2019,
19.
2019, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay. Yes.
Momo.
And when the Rexburg police knocked on her door, on Lori Vallow's door, she actually told them that JJ was with Melanie in Arizona. So this is the Melanie that she was talking about. And that bought her some time to actually get away, because the next time they went to knock on her door, she was gone. So as the case then began unraveling, we learned a lot about the LDS through this case actually. And I guess what happens is there's a lot of doctrines that in the LDS faith obviously, like in any religion, can be very can be misinterpreted and can be put together and pasted together to pretty much you know
Fit
fulfill
it
any wild fantasy.
for sure.
Yeah. So they were taking bits and pieces of the doctrines and like breaking off into their own little study groups, and each of them had kind of like their own little twist. So for example, they all kind of met on this forum online, um, a vow, another voice of warning, and they're talking about the second coming of Jesus Christ, and they're preppers basically. And they, and Melanie Gibb tends to describe it as, we were just kind of preparing for, like if how to how to I don't know, how to survive without electricity or whatever, like making it sound like it was like a Girl Scouts camp, when really, like, these motherfuckers were talking about they were the 144,000 chosen to battle, face Satan, and do all this crazy. So that's how their little group started. So Melanie Gibb and Lori Vallow actually started their own podcast called Field of Fire. Wow.
That's,
And
I don't know.
they
It doesn't sound like anything I'd want to be a part of. I don't want to feel fire. I pretty much know that fire is hot. I don't need to feel it. But okay,
but yeah,
it's not a very good podcast name.
the progression of it is quite it's quite astonishing for me, because what makes it fascinating, for especially like being in the mental health field and just also criminal psychology, it's just like studying these cult mentalities and how easily this just progressed. And it's not a matter of like pinning down like where it just went 180 degrees, because between Lori and Chad, yeah, it's just fascinating for me. So I've just been like really deep diving into this. um so yeah, so they formed their little groups, and Melanie Gibb and Lori Vallow met in October, I believe, of 2018. And lo and behold, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after she met Melanie Gibb, Melanie and Lori went to a gathering, whatever, like, they have their little meetings where they listen to speakers. And that's, Melanie Gibb and Lori Vallow ended up at a at an event where Chad Daybell was telling his story. And that event is actually, I've listened to it. There's a recording out there on the YouTube streets that we can link in the description later, where they actually have a recording of that talk that Chad Daybell gave the day that him and Lori Vallow met. And I listened to it a couple of times, and it's just like, really, like, Chad, like,
Yeah.
he's just like, like, it's hilarious to me that
Hey, Sam. Yeah.
anyone
I
anyone took
don't
him
find
serious.
him, yeah, I didn't find him incredibly charismatic or anything like that. Like when I don't know. I don't, maybe I'm just too much of a rebel that I could never be part of a cult because first of all, I would ask too many questions, and that's like a no-go right there, is the question asking. And then I don't like to be bossed around.
Mm.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
another deal breaker. So I'm not good cult material, frankly. Hello, X amount of words. How are you? Yeah, I'm not a good
Excuse me.
I'm not good
I
cult material. So if any of you guys are thinking of starting your own cult, probably don't recruit JennLu because I won't make it. I'm telling you right now. I would
Yeah,
not be a good
well,
member.
he is. Wanda Wonder says he's such a dork, Chad Daybell. He
Mhm.
is. He really is. I, that's why it's so difficult for me to believe that Lori Vallow was just this mentally ill woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just swept away by this
I know.
dude, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
coolest reviews. Like I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm not cult material. I'm telling you guys right now. That's my warning. Any of you guys are. I don't really
So
want to be a part of a club that would have me as a member either. Have you met me? But go ahead.
well, yeah, so this is how far this got before, you know, the federales busted everything down. It got to a point where Lori, at the end of the story, before their arrest, you know, miraculously, Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell had attained this priesthood power, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
in their previous lives, you know, a doctrine that's not adopted by the LDS church, but you know, they chose to like clip out of, you know, different contexts or whatever, and then preach it as gospel. So they were, you know, married to God himself, you know, so they have all these powers, and they have been the ones selected to bring together this army of the chosen 144,000 that are going to face off when, you know, when the second coming of Jesus and like the end of the world begins, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
each of them have special powers, right? So that's how they would groom these people in. They would make them believe that they're special and that they can do this crazy stuff. Like, okay, so Lori Vallow's brother, aka the family hitman, as he's been dubbed, you know, he married, before his death, he married Zulema, which she also has a police interview that we could also roast maybe one day. But you know, Zulema, they've released like thousands of pages of text messages, and this woman had, like, she believed that she could make storms and create earthquakes and you know, like that she controls the elements, right? So
So
that
she thought
was,
she was an X-Men?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And that's why they needed her. That's why she is one of the 144,000, because she has that special power.
Oh, I see.
And yes, and
Which
then
is a real number in the Bible.
mhm.
So, okay.
Well, right, but you know, I'm pretty sure they're not the X-Men.
No,
I
probably not.
mean,
I mean, I don't know.
maybe I could see like Kai being there, like smash, smash, smash. I would want Kai to be on the
I feel
144,000.
like Kai would be like an excellent Deadpool for sure.
Yeah. So right, so Chad, Lori, Melanie Gibb are like the top three, right? And Chad even made like this whole chart. Hi, surviving the storms.
Hi, surviving the storms. Hi, truth and transparency. Do we miss anybody? I don't like to be rude,
Yeah.
even though I am. I
Oh,
try not to be.
Wanda Wonder says that's a good one too, Zulema. I'd like to write her biography. Would you really, actually? So yeah, so that's what they would make them believe, that they have special powers. And yes, the chart of you know, how much light versus dark they are.
Oh
And
boy.
right. So, and then like each of them had levels. So it goes from like level 2 is like a normal human, everyday average person, like we are. Like
No,
it's
no, don't say we because I feel like I would be more than the two. Okay.
you know what, you're actually right. Let's not underestimate ourselves. All right,
Correct.
let's give ourselves some credit here.
I feel
Okay.
like I would be at least a good 7 or 8 on the
Oh,
dark
hold
side.
on. Oh, girl, don't say that.
Why
Then
then I'll what? Then I'll be a zombie?
oh, that's like beyond zombies. That
Oh.
you're like the big boss.
Oh, I wanna be yeah, I wanna be the big boss. That's right up my alley.
Great. So two, like a two, okay, two denotes a regular average human being, meaning in their terminology, meaning that this is like their first time on Earth, right?
Oh, I see. Well, we already know I've done at least 11 billion lifetimes. So, okay, keep
Yeah.
going. Please continue.
Yes. And then if you're like a level 2, Then, or I'm sorry, then it, I think, goes to like it skips from a 2 to, don't quote me on this, but it's some weird decimals. And
Oh,
like 4 point, you have 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, like, it just never gets to 7. That's why I mean, like, you must be the big bad boss.
there's math and decimal points, place value too. Well,
Yeah.
they're not fucking around. Okay.
Yeah. So Chad, of course, and Lori are 4.2, I believe, on the light side, meaning that that they've had multiple probations, aka they've lived multiple lifetimes, and because their veil is thin, meaning, Chad has had multiple near-death experiences, therefore he can now, see, he can communicate to people on the other side of the veil. And
Okay.
yes, and he has been shown visions of Lori in her past life and him being married. And that's why, they were destined to come together, because they are, the two who need to gather. They're the gatherers, they call themselves, right?
Oh,
So,
look, Dr. B, look, look, look. We got our first super sticker. Thank you, Max. Thank you
yay!
so much. Thank you so much.
Max, you're the first
You're
super
the
chatter
first
for Chad.
one. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Congratulations. That's so
Congratulations. Thank you
awesome.
so much.
And congratulations to you, Jen, too. You deserve this.
Well,
You
thank you very
really
much.
do.
Thank you very, very much. Hey, Molson Man.
Shmita is here. Shmita is
Shmita's
present.
here. She's present. We're using her in the interrogation video that's on her channel.
Yes, yes. So, yes. So, perfect. I mean, I've been blabbing for like 17 minutes just as people are coming in
Mm-hmm.
before we start. And I'm just giving a quick rundown of the case. So, Chad and Lori Daybell are, okay, Lana Banana, thank you for your super sticker.
Thank you, Lana. Thank you so much.
Sorry for calling you Banana too.
You have to say it right. You got to say it like with the Boston accent that oh
Oh, go
gosh,
ahead.
the nun from American Horror, Lana Banana. Oh, all right, Lana Banana. She said it
Look at
really weird.
Shmita.
Yes, yes, Shmita. Thank you so much, Max. Thanks for popping my cherry. Never
Mm.
thought I'd be saying that at 44, but thank you.
And on a YouTube live stream.
Yes, correct.
Perfecto.
Ah, thank you, Dorothy.
Yes, girl, yes.
Sister Jude. Sister Jude. Look at you, Miss Lana Banana. Lana Banana. She's so mean the way she said it. I have to hear it again in real time and then I can mock it.
Symphony Ink Art, you walked right into a love fest.
Just all, yes, a love fest, shenanigans, and
Stick around, stick around. It'll be it'll be great.
it's only going to get better from here.
Excellent. Yes, so Chad, yes, he is 4.2. He was married to Lori in a past life. Yes, Wanda wonders, she asked if I read Chad's nutty love story for him. Yes, I did, and it really made me like, bleh. Ellie79, love you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you so much, LA79.
So, and then how they then further connect and how they further groom these individuals to become part of their chosen ones of 144,000 is by like, well, number one, telling them that they have these special powers. And number two, then making these weird connections through their quote unquote past multiple probations. So, for example, they would have like, Chad would make up these random names and say that, oh, this was your name in your past life. So they would call each other like these random, like they would have multiple names. You will not, are you sitting down, first of all?
I'm always sitting down.
Great. Me too.
I'm like a cat. If I fits, I sits.
Yes, I'm always sitting down too. But Chad's name in one of his previous lives was Raphael.
Oh, I can't. Raphael. Okay. All right.
Raphael.
Rafael. Oh, you
Yes.
fancy. Okay. Ay, Dios mío.
Oh yes. So Raphael was married to Lori. I forgot what her past name was.
When
Damn it.
that's kind
It'll
of
come
I
to me.
like Raphael is an exotic name, but like honestly, if you're trying to write a love story and whatnot, and you guys have been, wouldn't it be better to go with like Don Juan
Oh yeah.
or Romeo? See?
Uh-huh.
Yes,
It-
Carrie, like the Ninja Turtle. Exactly. Like the Ninja
oh
Turtle.
my gosh, that's probably where he got it from. Because
Probably did.
y'all know Chad is just a big old fraud. Because it's all just come out in broad daylight.
Yeah, because Raphael was the red one. He had the red little eye mask thingy, whatever you call that. I don't know what
So
that's called.
yeah, Chad's name of the game was so Ava, like whatever it's called, that forum that they were on was kind of like a preppers Reddit, right? And you have a
Mm.
lot of different like sub forums. And so you had like sub forums talking about visions and dreams, and then you had other ones talking about multiple probations, and then you had others discussing this part of the Bible. So he would just like panel hop as so to say, and just pick like the craziest shit and then offer those people a book deal because remember he was a publisher.
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh. So that's how we have Julie Rowe, who's the, oh gosh, Julie Rowe. And she's the one that talks to spirits, and she talked to Tammy, and Tammy is the wife of Chad who they killed. Blah blah
Mhm.
blah. So yes. So Melanie Gibb, it was right there, front center, action, go.
Mm.
All right. And this is by this time. So this is it. The interview was of 2021, I believe, April of 2021. So
Okay.
this is not her first time encountering the police, right? So she's already
Right.
talked to them multiple times. She's even secretly recorded a phone call between her and Chad and Lori, which is excellent, by the way. We should play that at some point,
Okay. Okay.
because she really, yeah. So, so just keep that in mind and take that into account as you watch her um you know level of comfort and familiarity. And
Okay.
all right,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I'll shut up for now, and let's just listen to Melanie, aka Lily, from one of her past lives.
Oh my god. Okay. So what do I do now? Do I play it or can you play it since I made you a
Oh, I can play it.
all right, hit it.
Oh, hold on, I should do this.
Yeah. Do
Oh
the
well,
thing.
you gotta hit play on your YouTube.
I
I
don't want
can't.
to. Oh, you can't do that part?
Enjoy.
But I got to be the one that pauses it too, right?
Yes,
Okay.
which is perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, the date is right there. So April 30th of this year.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's pre-trial, right? And
Oh, thank you, Molson man. Thank you very much.
thank you, Molson man. So sweet. I feel for these detectives, man. Can you
I do
imagine
too.
having to sort through this amount of
No.
fuckery and bullshit?
No, no, I don't. Surviving the Storms. No, it's a rock star, so just as equally lame. Everybody knows Bang is the best. But could you not, Dorothy? The next time you go live, could it not be at 3 o'clock in the motherfucking morning? Please, I appreciate it. Oh my god, I can't. Am I gonna need to fast forward this a little? Let me say this. Oh wait. Too much. Okay.
Give us a yell. Yeah.
We'll
There we
yell.
go.
How are you?
Good to see
Buckle up,
everybody.
everyone.
Good.
Is,
she's very
Duncan gonna be
friendly.
around?
Duncan's just on another case right now, so
Aw.
if he finishes up, I will
Yeah,
let
tell
him
him
know
to come
that
in.
you
Yeah, I like him. He's fun. He's
Does
fun.
this sound okay for everybody? I feel like it's loud.
I get to work
Yeah,
with
she's
Matt.
loud.
Oh, good
a
for
little.
you.
Maybe we
Okay.
can.
Except we never wear socks.
Odd.
So
Does he not have sweaty feet?
No. He
Is that
wears
better?
those little tiny.
I just called her
What are
Stephanie.
they called? They're not. They're not. Is
Is
Yeah,
this
that's
better?
no show.
Yes.
Better?
Is it better now?
Oh, we're comparing socks now. Oh, we're on that level. First of all, let me just start there. If you're going to be hiking up your leg like that onto the table, which is rude, your cup is right there and it's open, and that looks like an accident waiting to happen. But the truth be told, those are not no-show socks, and that's not a good look. Wearing those shorts with you've missed the mark, Melanie. Already, you're going to get minus 10 points for the costume. I'm sorry.
Oh, the no shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, those
the
freak
opposite
out.
of what you
And then
have.
they go under and they make your feet uncomfortable.
What's weird about is when he sits down, his pants go up, you see his shoes, and there's like that much because he's so tall, long-legged. Nothing, no socks.
So we always tease him about, man, are you wearing socks today?
It's almost girly like, because girls
Yeah.
have more ankle
Or did you cut the little ball off the back of your socks?
I bet you guys are fun. Oh,
How are you?
I'm
Been a long
good.
time.
No, I'm good. I'm married now.
That's what I understand. Good.
Awesome, congrats.
And we still are married, according to a gossip that's out there that we're separated. That's the gossip.
You know, I mean,
Oh, I like this girl already. Here she comes in. Let me tell you what rumors are going around about me too, by the way.
saw that somewhere.
And I'm like, who comes up with this stuff?
Caught me by surprise a little
She's
bit.
totally
And I was like-
transparent.
Yes, yeah.
They got the gossip. You know what I heard? I don't follow me. I don't look up any information about what people say about me.
Then
Don't
how do you
wanna
know the gossip?
Don't care. Anyway, but somebody told me, did you know that you and David were married on 12/12? That's 12 times 12 is 144. Like 144,000. I went,
Oh my
I
God.
was like, I never ever put that together.
Well,
And then it was
But
Alex's death. Didn't even know it was
hold on.
his
I'll
death.
push pause.
Pause. Yes. Okay. See, now the second part of that rumor / conspiracy that she heard. Now you heard the level of detail that Chad put into all the charts and everything, and all the talk about. I've been also called the Excel queen.
You do love a spreadsheet.
So can you imagine what Chad is in comparison? But anyways,
Oh.
and I think he used Word too, which is kind of like, it makes me sick. That he would just do all those fractions and stuff like by hand in a Word document.
Yeah.
So that's just like, that's the level of pathology we're talking.
This is a lot. All right. I'm pushing
But
play.
the second part, the
go
second
ahead. No,
part,
no.
sorry. So she got married on December 12th of 2019, which also happens to be the very same day that Alex Cox died, the family hitman. But she's just throwing that also, and this is emotion. Oh yeah, the other part of that is, I didn't even realize that Alex
Oh
died.
my God. That's crazy. A small world, isn't it? Such a
Mm-mm.
coincidence. Well, I'm in here with my cheetah print. That's alarming right there. I'm just I'm gonna have to let it go because it's gonna distract me the rest of this live. I'm telling you right now, be prepared. Okay, I'm playing.
Didn't even know. Because I didn't
On
memorize
the
the
12th of
day.
December.
That's what they said. And I was like,
Yeah, he did that.
I'm glad that they know more than I know about myself. And I was
It's
like,
crazy. It's crazy.
people, you guys are like,
Melanie, there's
why are you Why do you spend your life looking at another person and gossiping about them?
Because this is YouTube.
That is so bad.
Some people, and really with this case, they're so involved with it, is like, it seems like it's just consumed their
It's
lives.
consuming. It's
And
addiction.
they're always posting, they're always looking, always kind of these little things.
Oh, so
That would
And
be
what
I
are-
don't
us.
know what else.
Right.
to
And what are
say.
you doing right now?
So I always tell
Judging.
people, don't tell me. Don't want to know what they're saying. Just
She is
just leave
judges,
me alone.
isn't she?
So I don't know too much more.
Well, I'm going to judge you
So-
judging me, Miss
So,
Gibbs. Or Gibbs,
Dave's
excuse
still
me.
up there in Utah?
Yeah, and he said that if you wanted to, he was gonna come down and help me with some moving. I decided, no, I'm keeping my stuff in storage for another month.
Okay.
So he says if you need him, I could call him, he's standing by.
I don't think we need to talk to him.
Yeah,
What
he's
is with the
I'm
lip
like him, but I
motion,
don't really
please?
think I'm that
Because
much
that
useful.
reminds me too much of the
but he is a
apostle.
little bit.
Well, let me ask you this. So the thing that she did right there is, don't ask me how I know this, but people who do coke and then they rub the last little bit that they can't
Yes.
snort on their nose, on their gums, and they can't feel their teeth. Don't ask me how I know, but that's the face they make. They make
Those people.
those
Those people.
Those people. They do that.
He's useful.
He is useful because he's another witness.
Yeah, he's
Right?
useful.
He's useful.
She just
Um,
loves to
Stop
put her
leaning
legs
your
up.
right. Don't be
but
putting
there
your
may
body
be-
all over the furniture. Where were you raised? Who
And
raised
this is,
you?
we're in the middle
We're
of a
just trying to
pandemic,
Let
woman.
things up a little
Yeah.
Get it together.
bit. Cross T's, dot I's, and then prepare for what's possibly coming here in the near future.
The trials. The trials.
Okay, now maybe we can turn it up a
Anyway,
little bit more,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
It's been a
I
long
was
time
thinking
since
the
we
same
chat.
thing.
And then, so in that period of time, Ray, myself, Denny.
Tell me when.
Dexter's gone over quite a bit of stuff.
Okay.
And also quite a bit of stuff with you.
Yeah.
So in going over that stuff and
Yeah,
talking
that's
to other
good.
people,
Okay.
more questions come to mind that we may have not known back then.
Okay.
And so this is where it's important that we sit down and talk with you again and kind of get that all out in the open and try to figure out exactly what has happened here and what it was going on.
Okay.
Even, when they moved to Idaho, but maybe even prior to moving to Idaho.
Okay.
So that's what we'll talk about a little bit. Melanie, one of our main objectives here is we are trying to block off any type of avenues here that somebody's saying we may not have checked out.
Okay.
Okay, so in doing that, some of these questions popped up, and I want you to be honest with me. I don't have any
I'm
reason.
always gonna be
I don't have any
100%
reason
honest with you.
to believe that you haven't.
Okay.
Mm.
But what I do want, anything that we talk about that you don't think is important, ask us. What I don't want to happen here is Melanie to think, well, you know what? And I don't know if that's happening. I hope not, but something that you might be holding back on us thinking, well, I'm not sure if I really want them to know that
Okay.
unless they ask me a direct question about it.
Okay.
We don't want to have to be pulling
Yeah.
information out of you.
Okay.
Just be an open book and tell us.
Absolutely.
And it'll make this a whole lot faster.
Yeah.
So.
He said fatter.
Last time we talked to you, we didn't really hit this portion up very hard.
The fact of the fatter
The fact
is.
that the fatter is.
Is that what you referred to him as, or you knew it to him?
Yeah, I think so.
What else were they referred to as?
Oh, can I just say something really
It's been
quick?
a while
No,
since
you
I thought
cannot.
about
You
it,
just
so,
did.
I sure did. Son of a gun.
This is why I don't
Dun,
like
dun,
for
dun,
to,
dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
not good at the sharing of the screen. This is why I like when you do it because you're better at the pausing.
I'm impulsive.
Yeah, but you're better at the pausing.
That's because I'm impulsive.
Right, which
Makes me better at the
better at the
pausing.
pausing.
I
I'm
guess
giving
you're
you a fucking-
right.
I'm giving you a fucking compliment. Take it.
I know. Okay. I will. Oh, you share my screen already?
You can share your screen. I made you an admin, maniac.
Oh my goodness gracious. A long time ago, like actually when this happened, well, here, January 2nd, like a long time ago, I started because I knew this was going to be a fuckery and I started it back then. So I did a timeline here. I just posted it in chat too. And you can, you can kind of read about that whole first part of, what's kind of been going on. And there was something that I think I wanted to show. What part were we at in the thing?
They just sat down. She hasn't even talked about a single person yet. All we've gotten about is that she's like very honest. Nobody is always anything. That's a lie. Okay. Let's
Okay,
get
so
that out.
here's for the timeline, for timeline purposes, right? So so Melanie Gibb on December 8th records that secret phone call with Lori and Chad, where she
Mhm.
basically asks them, why did you tell the police that I had JJ? You know, if you cared about me, you wouldn't tell them that. But so that was then. And then, a couple of days later, Tammy's body is exhumed. The next day, Alex Cox dies,
Mm.
and Melanie Gibb gets married. And this is then when shit really started hitting the fan, right?
Right.
So this is all before like all the media attention started. So so I kind of started this little timeline thing, and I started like a cast of characters here. I don't know
Mhm.
if that just switched over. No, it didn't.
I really
So
enjoy how fast you're scrolling so people can't actually read it. But do go on.
well, yeah,
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
because I want us to get to the video too, but I feel like maybe just a little for the background,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe
I
it'll
feel like
help.
you should be the one doing the sharing of the screen.
Well, thank you. Gosh, look how old school this is. This is how long ago I did this.
Wow.
I know. So these are Lori's victims / her exes. All my exes live in Texas. Okay.
That's why I hang my head in Tennessee.
So Stacy Cox is Lori's sister, who also died of a quote diabetic shock in 1998. Alex Cox was the only one at home, and he was using Stacy's credit card at the time, with her dead body, like in the house.
What
That's
was
their
he
sister,
what
and
was he using the credit card for?
he was shopping online.
Oh my god. Wow.
Um, yes,
I bet
and
Thanksgivings are a riot at their house.
yeah, and then Stacy's daughter is Melanie. That's another Melanie now, Melanie Bordeaux, who is Lori Vallow's niece.
Okay, now that name I do know.
Yes. This is well, I didn't have his picture. See, this is how old this was.
Mhm.
Wow. Oh, here's Charles Vallow and the kids, and then we have Mr. Chad and Tammy. And then here's Melanie and Melanie and Brandon is the guy that they shot at, and it was established that it was Alex
Oh wow.
using Tylee's Jeep, which was registered to Charles Vallow, and conveniently a couple of days or even on the day, I can't quite remember the exact date, but right before the shooting, Chad Daybell and Alex Cox are seen on surveillance footage inside of a storage unit, putting away the back tire from the Jeep.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Yes, and the method that was used on Brandon Bordeaux was the Jeep was parked in someone's driveway, and as he was trying to pull into his house, the
Mhm.
back window opened and all he saw was a muzzle and a shot was fired, and he just hit the gas pedal. He actually survived.
Oh wow.
And then the Jeep circled around a few times. So there was 2 people in that Jeep, and there's 2 people on that surveillance footage carrying that back tire, and that's Alex and Chad Daybell. So,
Oh wow.
gee, I wonder who was driving that car.
Hmm.
Yeah, so anyways, so that's all on that blog. But yeah, let's carry on with Melanie.
Oh yeah, I have to hit play.
Yeah, sorry.
See, I don't like doing this because then I gotta
I can
toggle back and
describe how
forth.
it came about and what it sounded like, if that helps, because I don't really know what else to call it than that.
They were trying
Okay.
to kill Brandon
make
because
sense?
he was a
So
zombie.
you know the idea of
according to
casting
them.
out is to help people spiritually leave the body, right? That's the whole
Well, Melanie will tell us now. Let's
Oh good.
just
Okay, let's hear from Melanie. All right.
premise from Christ.
Well, I've never heard of it being, well, okay, so I know
Christ,
that
so let's go
Christ
back
is
to Christ,
casting
casting
out
out.
demons.
Yeah.
I understand that.
That's the premise, that's all. That's all it is. I mean, that's what the idea is to get, if there is an evil spirit in you,
Oh, I can do it like that too.
then
Okay,
you
cool.
ask in the name of Christ that evil
Oh
spirit.
yeah, just hit
That's
space.
what it's about. Okay.
So sometimes in my mind, I'm having a little trouble trying to picture this.
Okay.
But like, if I look at this, I'm like, such and such has a evil spirit in them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would call a group together to have a prayer and a casting.
Yeah.
Or if I would just, in my own personal prayer, say, Lord,
Mhm.
will you help this person out?
Right. Oh, I don't agree with it, but I want you to know that's what the idea.
But-
Anything I tell you, I don't agree with, but that's how it came about in the time. So how it started was this: we were in Sulema's
Distancing
house,
themselves. Gotcha.
Yeah,
probably
she
in
was hosting
January.
a motherfucking
I don't
podcast
know how
with.
to remember this.
She
These
was
aren't things
hosting a
that I
podcast with these
right.
people talking about.
Right.
Oh
You, so
yes,
you
feel the
don't
fire.
right. So you don't believe these things, but you're hosting a podcast. Please go on.
The day other than I was trying to think of sequences, So there was Christina and Nicole. Remember them?
Mm-hmm.
And Serena was there. I was there. Sulema was there, and Lori was there. And maybe Sulema's daughter might have been in the house, but I don't remember. And so she was talking to everybody about that Charles was
Renee.
now had
Good
this
to see you,
evil
girl.
spirit in him. Okay, that
Hey.
was kind of what they were talking about.
Okay, tell me about that evil spirit. Did the evil spirit have a name?
She just made a Stephanie
remember
Lazarus
it's
face.
a Ned guy.
She sure did.
That's what they
Okay.
said he was. He was this Ned person. Okay. All right. So she's kind of talking to the girls, and they're all kind of talking about what's going on. And she's like, I don't know what we're supposed to do about this. How do we get,
So pause real quick. Sorry.
See?
I don't understand what this. So nobody has.
Okay, that's it.
she's
I'm turning this off and you're sharing.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Thank you. All right, go ahead.
So what she's talking about there, this Ned spirit, she's talking about Charles Vallow, who is Lori Vallow's, last husband that Alex killed.
Right.
So, yeah. Hold on, let me now maneuver my 11 billion tabs.
I always enjoy people who immediately come in and distance themselves from, all of the things. Like they weren't a part of any of it. They don't want to claim anybody.
How far in did we get into this? And look, we can zoom her in so we can see her like even better. How's this? Wait, we got to get her bottle and her and we got to give her knee space. All right, let me see where. Oh, maybe I should unmute her first. And you guys let me know the volume. Jen.
The Gilbert Temple was closed.
Yeah, I'm here.
Going in there. This
Okay, is this good?
Realty.
Yeah.
How far into it were we?
Right about there.
All right.
Didn't
Yeah, 'cause
know
she-
about that this could happen. So this was introduced from Chad. Absolutely 100% sure of that. Okay.
So she's talking about
So
the
then
evil spirit.
She was
Right.
ruminating over that idea for a while. They were
Let me ask you,
talking.
how are you 100% sure of that? That was introduced by Chad to her.
Because I'm watching them talk on the phone, and after that conversation, she shares with me, this is what Chad just shared with me.
All right.
And so she didn't look like she made it up because she had never talked that way before. She never said anything like, hey, there's an evil spirit, and that never occurred to her. So when she first told me, I could tell she was like trying to absorb it. It looked like it was new for her. And so, so that's where it came from. And so I'm sure they had a lot of conversations, which I wasn't privy to. So then when she came together in January with all these girls, she was talking about this problem she had about this Ned person now coming in. And she said that her reasoning for that was that Satan was breaking eternal law, and that he could now do this, like he had some kind of power to do this. And so now these evil spirits were able to get into these bodies.
I'm in a
So
monkey.
if we
Sandwich.
use an example,
Yes, I am.
That's a monkey sandwich.
I'm definitely in a sandwich. I feel like I'm invading. Let me remove myself. Hold-
No. What are you doing?
There we go. I just can't be the middleman. I'm sorry.
We've already talked about this. I cannot be the big spoon. Oh, no, this works then. I'm not the big spoon because you're over here. So I'm the little spoon. This will work. I'm not big spoon material.
Let's go.
well, Ron is no longer Ron, he's, Phil. And Phil comes in and he is
Right.
now, I'm really dealing with Phil. I'm not really dealing with Ron anymore.
Because Ron's gone.
Ron's gone. He went to the spirit world or whatever, someplace, right? And so, anyway, as we talked around the girl, they were trying to figure out, well, how do we do this? How do we get this spirit out? So they sat there and talked about it. And a lot of the
What
wording
about
that they used, which
murder?
I can't recall all of it, but it
How
had to do
about-
with
yeah.
murders they learned from.
How about we kill them?
Mhm.
And then let's see which theory on AWOL or whatever, however you say that. Let's call them. Think of a name for Reddit for these people. I don't know. Let me check my Reddit to see which crazy theory I can make align the best. And they must have wandered into some like subreddit of like
They had to have
the
because
Walking Dead like fan zines or something.
they must have. They had to have because let me just say this. So if it couldn't have been any horror movie Reddits because everybody knows that if something is if a vessel of any sort is possessed by an evil spirit, you destroy the vessel, you don't destroy the evil spirit. You release it. Dummies. Keep
Exactly.
going.
They sure as hell weren't watching Zach Bagans.
They sure were not. But nobody should be following Zach Bagans' rules because it tells you not to touch things. And where does he go? Right over there to touch it. He can't
Hey,
follow directions either. I could
he
never
can.
keep all of this straight. Ever. I can't even keep my kids' names straight. Are you kidding me? I go through the entire roll before I even hit the right name. And then sometimes I throw the animals' names in there too, just for good measure, just so everybody knows I'm displeased.
Energy, different weapons and different
Well, so like,
stones or different things that they had learned through a spiritual means, talking about, hey, and they came up with this stuff. I did not come up with it because I didn't even know what to say about any
did
of
they
it.
come up with it? Or did Lori assign them something?
She keeps
No,
rubbing
at
her nose
first,
too, which is
they
not
talked
helping.
about it as a group. They were
I'm
like,
trying
well,
to
what can
tell
we do?
you,
And it
she's
was
trying to get rid of the drip.
that Christina started bringing it out first, actually. She's the one that, and I'm trying to remember the words, but I can't really remember what she said. I just remember she's like, I remember her sitting down with her one day and go, what can we do to help you, Lori? She was sincere, and I was thinking, I have no idea. Like I don't know what that looks like. And so anyway, they start talking and getting different ideas, and so she was told she was told that she had this priesthood power. Now that Moroni gave it to her in the temple, she suddenly had this
Okay.
priesthood power.
Right.
That women were now getting it, because you know that they don't have it in church,
Did you
right?
find that odd?
Yeah, everything's odd. But at the same time, because I was on this, so I had listened to some podcasts she had learned. So it wasn't super odd for a person that had listened to Julie Rowe or Mike Stroud.
Now let's translate this into the YouTube streets. Does this ring some sort of bell of these podcasts and their little followers? That's what this is. This is like a bootleg freaking Chad Daybell Island.
It is. And here's my thing. I didn't know what to say to all of this, really. How about you're fucking nuts, I'm out?
Exactly.
You know? I mean,
I can't.
what happened?
I don't know. Oh my God. All right, here we go.
Because they were talking about how to, now if you go back and listen to those two, she doesn't come up with this stuff herself. This has been coming up by other people, okay?
Well, right, and I know that the big picture, it's all a little weird, but when you hear, because you're LDS.
Yeah.
When you hear something as in Moroni appeared to her in the temple and gave her priesthood powers, what did you think about that?
Well, let me back up to when I first met her to help you understand how I got involved with her.
That's not what he
Jason
asked.
now is the one that introduced me to her.
That's not what he asked,
He met her in the temple
Melanie.
and said, hey,
that wasn't the question, Melanie. We don't need you to lay.
Here's Melanie's information.
What are you pulling off your elbow there? It's not your hair. Calm down. That hair hasn't moved.
And she hears me talking a little bit because I'm doing something for a steak event. It was really normal and good, and had to do with, like
normal and good.
Right? I was just gonna say.
It was really normal and good. Well, we don't listen. Normal and good by your standards, though. Okay, so
well, let me tell you what she's talking about. That you're exactly right. Let me tell you what she's.
I'm always exactly right. What are you talking about?
she was preparing an event, right? Because she was a podcaster. So she was preparing an event that was normal and good, and that was going to talk about natural preparedness or whatever. That happens to be like, the same event, I think, where, she met Chad. So that's like normal and good,
So her yardstick is, we're not going to be, Melanie, we shan't be using your measuring stick, ma'am.
No.
We will not.
Well, apparently, according to the courts and, all that stuff that's going on, Mark Means, who is Lori Vallow's attorney, a very eccentric attorney, has filed a lengthy motion seeking Melanie Gibb to be prosecuted for her part in this.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So let's keep
preparedness kind of things, something that we all can learn and enjoy. Anyway, afterwards,
I don't enjoy prepping.
And then I came out, and then she came out, and Melanie was still in there because there was other classes going on. And she was just so excited to meet me. And she was like, she's talking about people she knew, like Mike Stroud, or not knew, but knew of from podcasts, and Julie Rowe and her change of heart. And I said, well, I've been changed to Christ, and my experience is a normal experience that somebody would have, but she was like mirroring me, and I thought, I was like, I think she's mirroring me, because I didn't know that then. I
think you got too crazy with the flat iron and the bangs, and that's why they're sticking straight out. But never mind.
Are you normal?
Are you normal? No.
Well, she's very normal.
Very, very normal and good. That's
Coolest
what's
reviews.
important.
How are you? Normal. I'm very normal.
It's like remember when SpongeBob tried to be normal, and he would come into
Max,
into the
bandana lawyer.
into the Krusty Krab every day, talking about, "Hey, how you doing? Nice weather we're having." And he started to, and he started to become round instead of square. That's what this reminds me of.
Oh
Hey,
my God.
how you doing? Because Squidward was tired of his not being normal.
Oh, Sugar Beat says, speaking of mirrors, use one, Mel.
Correct. Correct. You know, you can, if you do it correctly, use the flat iron to be a curling iron. And I don't know if that's what you
What she
tried,
was trying to do.
and this went very awry, and that's why your bangs are completely askew. But
Make sure it's not a frame behind her.
oh,
Sorry, I
and
had
I
to.
and I kind of, now that I'm really looking at her, I also want to say I don't think she does laundry well, because this shirt looks very faded. You know, they got pods for that. Just saying. Was that not in your prepper kit? Fabric softener?
Oh my God. Fabric softener.
So we
Bro.
overuse the flat iron, and we underuse the fabric
Somebody
softener.
send Molly Golightly with that laundry kit to Melanie Gibb's house.
She needs a basket.
Yeah.
This girl needs some fabric softener. This is out of control. She probably washes her sheets with her towels. You know, only psychopaths do that shit.
Oh my God. And she probably throws the socks in there too for
Correct.
measure.
She probably dries her bras.
Look at that. What do you call that? Oh, damn. I forgot the English word. See, I killed the vibe.
It's okay. Just say it in your. Tell me what you're trying to say.
I don't even like this. The collar. Yes, her collar around her shirt looks scratchy. Like it's making me scratch my chest.
It's the other commercial, the one with the stretched out collar, when the guy sits down and she'll say, "And you look comfortable." That's how you don't get your dinner bought, but whatever. It's vintage.
Oh, but anyway, she was like, "Oh, I've been changed by Christ," and I said, "Well, I have too." And it wasn't a more significant way than maybe what I experienced at church. It was a beautiful experience that I had. And so, but there was nothing odd about it. It was just beautiful, you know? And so
No,
she
I don't.
said that she had the same, and she was super excited. And then she said, "Well, I said, you must have been through a really, a lot of challenges in your life to be able to have these experiences." She goes, "Well," she says,
Hold on. I just
had
want to
some
take the
special
time
experiences
out
with
to
Lord
remember
Temple.
to remind everybody that she can remember this conversation almost word for word verbatim, but none of the doctrine of the cult or religion or whatever the hell that.
Oh, she remembers it.
Right. But that's my point,
No,
And
no, she'll
that's what
get to that because she's just
okay.
warming up. Because
I see. Because
the
she said
longer
she did.
the longer they sit, the more the more it comes to her.
This is
She
like
just has
one of
to make
those.
sure that the sand, or that the line in the sand is thicker than a Snicker, because
Heavy like a Chevy.
she needs to keep that separate,
I
right?
can't concentrate on anything but these bangs. This is like a bad 3D movie. Like they're coming out. They're coming for you, Barbara.
Let's just keep watching the bangs. Maybe it's
Maybe
it's good
something.
meditation.
Yeah, maybe something interesting will happen. Okay.
Maybe, can someone read the temperature in that room,
she might
please?
have said Rolex temptation.
Zoom in on the thermostat over there.
Time I saw her or not.
Let me
And I
see.
was like, "Wow, what have you been through?" And she's like, "Well,
Does that say
my kid
79?
was raped by her
I
father,
think so.
and
That's hot as hell.
That's ridiculous.
why?" But
That's
anyway,
It must
she
Arizona.
was bringing the story about all her trials, and they sounded genuine to me. I did not think
Look
she
at them
was.
bangs. It's like a
I don't think
3D
people
movie. I'm
manipulate. That's
telling
one of
you,
my
it's like
weaknesses.
Jaws
I don't
3D. When Jaws comes out of the water and he gets you.
manipulate. I don't
No,
know
this
how.
is worse than Mary.
Let's listen to her without the sound. Hold on. I mean, watch her.
Watch her without the sound. All right.
The bangs, just the bangs. I gotta
Just the
see them.
bangs. You want to
I'll
do some
even go
bad lip
back a
reading?
couple. Yeah, I'll go back a couple. Or back a couple of seconds. Ah, why can't I make her bigger now? Is that as big as you go?
I guess.
All right, let's see. Let's make
It's
space for
the
the
bang on
for
the
the
side.
spirits.
The bang on the side has given up. It's just flopped over. It's
This
done.
is Melanie. This is Melanie Gibb and the
Look,
spirits.
they're coming to attack you. Look at this. Looking like she got a damn cockatiel on the top of her head. This is what happens when you don't use the flat iron appropriately, ladies. And there's probably a fuck ton of the wrong ass product in her hair too.
Oh my god, I can't breathe.
She tried to get volume, and this is what happened. Now she's got bangs when bangs attack. Those bangs are putting people in a trance. Look at them. Especially when she cocks her head to the side and gives us like some good Michael Myers.
Where's Travis Scott? Somebody get Travis Scott in here.
This is like at Michael Myers after he got all burnt up, you know, not yeah,
Okay.
not a
let me-
hair out of place, except for those two just rebellious assholes up there.
And
Oh no, Melanie.
different weapons. He would say different weapons. I don't know if he described them, but he just talked about love as the most powerful weapon we can use against the adversary. So I don't know. Maybe she
Did
took
she
that,
say
and then
love
she took
or
Julie Rose
lava?
Love.
freaked out stuff.
I thought
No,
it was
she's back.
lava at first, but
She
then
was
she
tough.
said when she repeated it, then I got it. Because yes, lava would be an excellent weapon against an adversary.
Well, I told you Zulema has the power of the elements.
Well, I mean, I would harness lava versus love. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just handle
Yeah.
adversaries differently than other people.
Well, you know, some adversaries do need some lava, to be quite frank,
Yes, they do. Molten hot lava.
to sit their asses down on.
Really into the
Correct.
energy work. And a
Destroy
lot of
them
these
like the
things
ring
were
of
like
power
coming through
and
all these weapons and different
the
things
fires
and
of
evil
Mount
spirits
Doom.
around you. So I remember one time she told me when she was in Hawaii before I ever met her. So this was when she was living there. She recalled it.
I'm telling you,
I
she's
remember,
coked
Melanie,
out.
I woke up, an angel woke me up and said, "You need to email Julie Rowe and tell her that she's a true servant." And I was thinking, wow, maybe Julie.
Oh, the
I didn't
angels
think
use
Lord
email
was
now?
lying to me. I thought she was really enlightened. And anyway, she believed in this. And anyway,
She said she thought that Lori was enlightened, and then corrected herself and said anyway that she believed in that.
And if by enlightened you mean had crazy eyes, then you're absolutely correct there in your astute assessment. Yes, Allie, 17. This is the part I'm having trouble with.
Yeah.
I do believe, yeah, I believe in all this stuff, but I don't know that I didn't realize that that angels discuss emails. Do they have a preference? Would they rather you use a Gmail account, or how do they feel about Hotmail? How about Yahoo? Do they feel it's as antiquated as everybody else does? I'm just curious. These are things that I wonder.
Yes.
she said she finally figured, she said, I can't even email, or I don't do Facebook. She's like, I just finally read the back of the book, had the email on it, and just said, you are a servant, and that's it. And she just said, Lori, and that's all she said. She sent off and went back to bed. So I was thinking, wow, okay. And so so when her and I met that day, she's like, I know that she must have told me about Moroni, or he was the savior. I know that he's called me to be part of that 144,000 to help other women. I'm to gather other women, something like that, and help them be part of the gathering kind of thing. Okay. So her and I go to the temple. We go to the Phoenix temple because I remember the Gilbert temple was closed. So we're going in there. This is, if you're LDS.
Can you imagine going through all that trouble with the angel? Like, Lori, check your spam folder.
No,
and you go
I
through all
can't.
that trouble, and then you open the email and it's like, did you know your extended warranty has expired?
or it's the Nigerian prince. Could
Hold
you
on.
just have?
Let me
I
call Zulema with that llama or
Yeah,
lava or
lava.
llama.
Yeah, because like not only llamas are useful because like not only can you put stuff in pack, right? Like you can have them carry stuff for you, but they spit. So
Yeah,
so they can be weaponized.
for sure. I like the way you think. Maybe you're part of the 144,000. And you did admit to having multiple probations.
Yeah.
Let me think about this for a second.
You're going to be surprised by this.
Wonder
This is
where my
this is
decimal
where
point's
the
at.
deception really began. I go into the temple, and I'm going to the dressing room. We're getting our white clothes on, and she is in the dressing stall. And I come out, and I stand behind. They have an arch window in the Phoenix Temple, right in
Oh,
the,
The
in
so
the
extended
fancy.
warranty of
and I'm
the
standing
flat
there, and all
iron.
of a sudden I get this like heat all over my head, and I'm like, "What's that?"
The devil.
She said, "Lori." She comes.
That would be called a hot flash,
That would
Melanie.
be, that would be called you held the flat iron on them bangs too long.
That's the fire that look at that duper delight. Like she doesn't even believe her story, man.
No.
Them lines on that forehead be
And
telling it all.
yeah, and I feel like the homeboy across the table from her is just trying to avoid getting poked with them crunchy ass bangs.
You know when she pulled that flat iron through that it like steamed.
And you heard the crunch.
Yes.
So you know you've gone too far.
Oh, Melanie, I feel your fire and pain.
I said,
Yes.
"Feel my head," and she goes, "Oh, it's happening."
On my head. It was
She
on
said,
my
"Feel
head.
my
Feel my head. It's hot.
We gotta hear this again, please. She said, "Feel my head."
She comes out. I said, "Feel my head," and she goes, "Oh, it's happening."
Pokes her fucking head. Feel my head.
And that is how she met Lori Vallow.
You know what? That's kind of a cool getting the first meeting. We don't have a cool Natasha. Touch my head. Feel my head. It's hot.
Oh my gosh.
While we're in the dressing room changing into our white robes.
Oh my gosh. Maybe you're having some earthly desires, Melanie. How do you really feel about Lori? Feel my head, just a tip.
I tried to pull off that curl. Does it look like yours, Lori? Does it look like yours? I know you use that flat iron to curl your hair because that's not naturally curly hair. Does it look like yours? Like she's having that Zach Galifianakis, Bradley Cooper moment from.
Hey guys, are you ready to let the dogs out?
You know.
Are you ready to let the demons out?
Who let the dogs out? Who? I was a lone wolf. And my wolf pack was just one. So it wasn't actually a pack.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Lori. I mean, Melanie. I
You.
mean, Lily.
Yeah, it's really hot on top of. I didn't have a fever. Nowhere else on my body was hot. And it wasn't because the sun was coming through. It was really like this heat. And it lasted for, I don't know, like a minute or two.
That's the
And
flat
she's
iron
like, "Wow,
show.
it's happening." I'm thinking.
Or a
"Wow,
hot
that's
flash.
pretty
Or a hot
awesome."
flash.
You know, I'm thinking it's good. And so anyway, we go into a couple of different rooms. I don't wanna share
Having
too much
just
'cause it's
one
simple. But
singular
anyway,
part of your
she
body
thinks
be on
there's a power
fire,
to her.
feeling like hot is great. That's not concerning at all.
Melanie, I'm afraid your dope man has screwed you a little bit.
Yeah. Oof.
Ooh, her head is burning.
Dang me at that point. to be part of this 144,000.
I think if we really
know what?
zoomed in and matched it up, I bet her pupils and her bangs, those two pieces, line up.
You know what? Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
These people are probably like popping mollies. You know what I mean? Having these like surreal, like,
Little peyote, maybe some shrooms.
yeah, talking about pop the molly. I'm sweating. Touch my head, girl.
Who got the big red gum?
Let's go to the temple.
Oons, 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 oons.
We gonna get us some ex-husbands killed.
Wait. Ew.
And so she says a little prayer. That's her thing, her little
Say
prayers.
a little prayer
And,
for you.
Did she say when she got the keys to ordain you?
Yeah, from
Oh,
the Lord
yeah.
herself and from her own eye, herself in the temple, in the initiatories, in a certain location in the initiatories. And the interesting thing, I told this to Rob, the same place that Sulema said she saw the Lord was the same place he said. And I was like, how did that happen where she said the same place? And he
Jeez.
goes, well, Melanie, people can have some psychological word. I don't remember what they call it. So some psychological
It's a psychological word that you, yeah, delusions.
Like, well,
Is that the word you're searching for? Is that the psychological, or you tripping balls? Tripping balls? Is that what happened? Y'all was tripping balls? Y'all got a little too much of that peyote? You weren't ready, were you? You got to go slow on that. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So I've heard.
So I don't have the experience they do because I don't have visionary experiences. That's not me, but that's not my gift.
So let me
what's
tell
your
you.
gift?
Exactly.
Bad bangs?
So her bangs are weapons.
You've given, yeah.
So get this from an investigative perspective, right? Everybody in these 144,000 have like the special Avengers gift,
Right.
except
X-Men
good old
gift.
Melanie. Melanie has just no gifts. She's
None.
just, I don't know.
That's so
I was just so confused. I mean, I thought it was weird, but it was just so believable.
What a mess.
So I just assumed that because they had them, they knew more than me. Well, if they can see that, I can't see it. Maybe I don't doubt that people can have gifts like that. I'm very much a believer in that. So
But you're not a believer in fabric softener.
That happened to me in the temple. And I've asked other people that work in the temple and different things. They said, well, they can bring Satan in with them. I'm like, oh, yeah, they can.
Mm-hmm.
So that was sad. So that's where my confidence came from with her, because
And that's sad.
Wow. So everybody else is an X-Men, and what is your role at Charles Xavier's house? Are you just like the maid, or you're in charge of the totes for the prepping? So you don't have a special gift? What's going on here?
She was normal, yeah. It was just a normal
and good.
Yeah.
Normal and good. Normal and good.
I'm in the temple of my God. That happens to me.
Oh, it happens to her.
So I had to, you can imagine after all this happened, I had to read back and go think, and it's like, all those things you thought were revelation, get rid of them. Don't even remember. Don't go back to try to figure out, Heavenly Father, what happened here?
But guess what she did? She did exactly that. Right after her first police interview, which was back before this was even in the news, she called every single person in every little address book that she's gathered over the years in all her little wards, and just kept telling her story to clear herself, throwing Lori and Chad under the bus.
But never one time Googled herself. Doesn't want to know anything about
it. It's just normal and good. She was just, repenting or whatever. Yeah.
Thought I was on your team. Sure. And I cried to the Lord. I said, I cheated on you. I broke my heart because I was that absolutely gobsmacked by it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with these castings, and the first one you're involved in was at Zelina's house. And
I can't remember if they did it that night or the next day, or I don't remember, but it was.
Was it still at Zelina's house? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think
and that,
so.
was that just Charles?
Oh, absolutely, because that's the only person they knew had that issue at the time, according to their pretend revelation. I call it pretend because who knows what they're
So
listening to.
describe to me how
They did it?
they did it.
Okay, so they were trying to figure out first how to do it, and so they're all coming up with different ideas, and I wasn't familiar with their vernacular. They would say things like, like Melanie would coin the phrase, probably like.
You're not familiar with the term plot, plan, conspiracy?
Like in the chakra world, people get into stuff.
Night, Sam.
They kind of brought that into that.
Good night,
So
Sam.
they
Love
thought
you.
that had the power.
Love you,
And
sweet
then,
dreams,
The
babe.
Malachi rings or the Malachi stone.
Well, she eventually got that, yeah, but that was, yeah, like the.
Yeah.
And then I remember Serena having a moment where she was like, we just need to ask, I don't know, it's a question. I remember it triggered something like, we need to ask permission for something. Anyway, sorry, it's been too long. And it was weird that something happened that night that was
Okay,
strange.
let me just stop you right
So
there. This is tantamount to a fucking exorcism, okay? And let me just say this. I don't remember all the things all the time, but I'm going to remember a fucking exorcism, okay? I'm just going to remember it. It is what it is.
Exactly.
So if you don't remember, it's because you're pretending not to remember. Who could forget a friggin' exorcism?
Hello, I've been waiting for one my whole life ever since
Me
that
too.
movie.
Me too.
I've been trying to. I still to this day am able to do like a backward bridge thing, but I haven't gotten the going down the stairs part yet.
Oh, we got to practice that. So
Yes.
when we finally get our girls trip, let's make sure we get a house with stairs so we can be practicing that, because I can do the backwards bridge too.
Oh, perfect.
I probably can't get back up from that, so I might be stuck for a while. You probably have to help me, but we could definitely work at going down the stairs. That's integral. We need to do that. I can't remember the exorcism. Jesus fuck, I can't.
And was it Serena? It's almost like they got attacked by an evil spirit. Like all of a sudden, Sulema's sitting there talking, and all of a sudden she can't breathe. Like she's like, I'm having a hard time. I'm like,
are you having a panic attack because you're plotting a murder?
Serena, it seemed like something happened to her where something happened to her. And Nicole, or maybe it was Nicole. I know Nicole had something with. Nicole's a sweet, gentle soul. If you ever met her. And she just all of a sudden got really depressed and really happy.
I don't want to be friends with none of y'all, so don't be trying to tell me how great Nicole is. She don't sound like my kind of gal.
So they would say, well, anytime darkness comes after you, it's because you're doing the right thing. So it's an oppositional idea, right? And so anyway, they would just basically, she would raise her arm to the square, Lori would, and then she would say through her priesthood power, which she believed she had the patriarchal power, which was higher than the Melchizedek power, okay? Sorry if this is confusing.
Does anybody have X-ray vision or like
and so
the power of resurgence,
and Chad
a
would
cool
help
power
her into these beliefs and ideas. He would help her believe more and more, like you're the most powerful woman in the world, right? And so anyway, they would just, each one of them had like a little something to say, like how they could help in a loving manner. It wasn't like an evil or a dark, like a yucky kind of a voice. It was, or I'm mad at you kind of a voice. It was like, come to the light, or, something like that. And so the only part I pitched in was my testimony of Jesus Christ. I didn't have anything else to offer than that, because I was like, well, Jesus did this, and look at what's his name, and look at Paul the apostle, and and I was just trying to share my little part, because I was like, all these people, I don't know. And so anyway, that's just how she did it. And so she would, and I think she kind of did it more on her own as she got more closer to Chad, and everybody's kind of started leaving the group, like Nicole and what's her name, Christina were out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Serena was out early. Thank goodness on their part, they were out early. And it's only because Lori was getting jealous, or how the jealousy can get in, and she was worried because Serena would call Chad too much, and then she was like, Chad was like, well, she has more intentions than this, and then they cut her out of the group, just stupid stuff like
so
that.
So you think that they cut Serena out of the group because Lori was jealous?
Well, I think he would say, this is how it started. He'd say, she keeps calling me. Serena keeps calling me, asking more and more questions, and then he would tell that to Lori. And Lori would talk to him about that and say, oh, she wants to learn more power. And she's actually now getting darker because she's getting like Julie Rowe or something something stupid like that. And then so pretty soon they had deemed her more dark, and she just needed to. They just cut her off. Basically means I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. So she went out of the country.
You can't
and
feel
came back,
your
she got
nose,
sick,
huh?
and she was
Should we
asking
play
me,
the Weekend song? I can't feel my face when I'm with you,
But
but
I
I
love
love
it.
it.
She can't feel her face or her head, girl.
Or her teeth.
Or
She
her
can
leg.
feel her. She can feel her head. It's hot. It wasn't an evil or a dark. So it wasn't like the voice from The Exorcist. Lord,
No.
geez. It wasn't this voice. You're doing it wrong, and you're just making me mad.
I mean,
Fuck
Chad's
your whole
voice.
bloodline.
Love Baka.
Love Becca. Oh my god.
Oh, Jen.
what happened was some evil spirit
What
touched me when I
happened?
was there. And
What
Serena had
happened?
heart.
Poor Serena. You're really bad mouthing Serena. You got beef with Serena?
Yeah, because Serena left on time and was like, I'm not fucking with y'all.
Oh, you mean she had that moment where she knew what to say, like "fuck this shit, I'm out."
Yeah, that's why they're salty with Serena.
Mm.
I'm swallowing all this. After I came to her and said, "These people are bad," she's like, "You mean they lied about that and that?" I'm like, "Serena." And I
Oh,
told
maybe
her the whole story,
Serena.
everything
Well,
that
yeah,
they killed
Serena
kids,
did
and I really
leave.
felt they did.
Wait a minute. Serena did leave, right? On time.
Yeah,
And
on
then
time.
here comes Melanie saying, Serena, these people are bad. Like, Serena's probably like, bitch, I know. That's why
That's
I
why I'm
left.
not right. That's why I deleted y'all's out of my contact list and scratched out my name in your little black book that you're calling everybody from, ma'am.
Ma'am.
And she was like, and we went to the temple, and she's like, "Melanie, did they lie about this?" I'm like, "Serena, the whole thing is a lie."
Oh,
And
she's slamming
she
the
was
table.
so convinced.
She's channeling. She's channeling Spazzy Lazzy with the slamming of the table. This isn't going to go good.
Oh, hold on. I should unmute. With the I have to remember, with the grimaces,
Mm-hmm.
with the name remembering Roy Suckaboo. I wonder if she's gonna be wondering about Roy Suckaboo and Diane
Is that his
and
government name?
Schmida. Yes.
Oh,
Roy
boy.
Suckaboo
Oh my.
and Feel
See,
the
I couldn't
Fire
make it in
podcast.
this. I couldn't make it in this cult because I'd be cracking too many jokes. Too many jokes. Roy Suckaboo.
Carry on with your 3 strands.
So convinced.
Yeah.
And she's a very intelligent woman. She's a very beautiful and amazing woman. But she was just so
That sounds very convincing.
Yeah.
Melanie, look at her face.
I fucking hate the bitch. That's the face she's making. Her mouth is saying, "Oh, she's very intelligent and such a sweet woman," while she's making the ew face. Ew.
Hmm. That's called the ass and the face do not match.
No, they do not. But
sucked
them
into
bangs
it.
is legit. They're telling the real truth.
Damn, look at that gaze, girl. Tell us what.
Holy eye contact.
I know. I'm getting a phone call, as y'all can hear. So carry on, Melanie. I'll be right back.
And so,
Okay.
and it had a lot to do with the preparation work, had a lot to do with learning things outside of Chad and Lori before we even got together, like, the podcast people. And that prepared
pod
Lori
people?
to meet Chad. I remember hearing that recording about her sister saying something like to Rob in that little room that they got in trouble, obviously didn't get in trouble, but tried to get in trouble with the
I would,
defendant.
Shmita.
And she was saying, I think that her podcast, she named who the podcast people were, but I choose not to use the names of people on the internet.
Oh, they're
openly.
like
But,
Voldemort. Okay. You don't say their names. Gotcha. Okay.
she said, I believe she learned those teachings from this podcaster. And then when she met Chad, and it was an easy, oh yeah, I'm already prepared kind of thing. So that first day that they met, she was already prepared for Chad because of these podcasts that she'd been listening, which actually kind of got, went from Chad to this, Julie. So they kind of were connected a lot more ahead. They worked together quite a bit, and that's where he learned a lot of his energy work from, I believe. That's because I don't know that he knew about it until Julie Rowe, because Julie Rowe's the one that brought this whole emotion code and energy work and all that. She's the one that really opened that up. And then he switched from being with that one lady,
It was terrible.
Suzanne Freeman, and then he dumped her. I call it dump because he just kind of moved from one person to the other. And they went to Julie Rowe, and then he dumped Julie Rowe, and then he went to Lori. So he kind of kept doing this. Probably for money, he's really into his books, so he wanted to make money, and I've learned that he made a lot of money off Julie books. I just read that, I recently learned that, but from a good source. But
Oh God.
so this is what the castings really were about, is to invite the spirits to leave, or with their so-called power, or their,
Do you need to powder your nose? Is it
things
wearing
they would-
off? Is that what's happening? What's going on with the audio? Are you controlling it, Dr. B?
Yeah, I've been pausing it every time you.
Well, I didn't know you came back. Sometimes I just talk out loud, like just to myself.
Oh well, I'm the all-seeing eye. I can
I
do
know
11
you are.
billion things at once.
I know you are.
I'm
I
on
know.
the
Look
phone.
at her.
I'm producing, recording. I'm Dr. Dre.
You do all the things.
All the things. All right, carry on.
I never thought this was like a huge deal. I mean, I talked a little bit about it before. All I said too is like we did prayer, she did prayers to help pass or something. I don't know how I said it, but to me, it has no effect. It didn't do, there was no power in what she did. So it had nothing to do with anything because it was all by Satan. Now, when Julie Clement got involved, I remember one night we were at Lori's, the last house she was in before Charles died. I think he was still alive. And I remember they were doing a prayer, and Julie Clement and Sulema with their, I don't know, energy, they both do energy work. They're saying, she's like, I saw this dragon, something like this. And I know Sulema said she saw that later. And
What did she do? Like something that looked like a stamp? That's the only time I've
that's
ever
just what
seen
they
dragons
imagine.
anywhere. Is that what happened?
Okay, now I'm back for really, but I just got really discombobulated.
Your
Be right
uh-oh. Get your bobbulating back.
And they're, I don't know, this, some evil spirit tricking them, something.
How many castings?
How
do
many
you think
evil
that you're
spirits
involved
come
in?
in the form of a dragon, Melanie?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
I'd have to make a guess because I wouldn't know.
What would you guess?
She has to check her pictures.
She's going to have to make an estimate. Now, make sure that you have your place
10,
value correct with all them decimals floating around.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just for chat for, I think most of them were on Charles and not the kids. And Tammy, I mean, I know they probably did. I don't know what they did with the kids. I don't have any idea on that part.
Lies.
I'm not sure on Tammy. Maybe.
Let me ask you about Tammy then.
Yeah.
Well, she's
What
not
did-
going to talk about Tammy.
was
She's going
Chad
to talk
there?
about whatever the fuck
Was
she
Lori?
wants to.
when you
Well, they
casted
did.
Tammy?
There was one, I can't remember who it was though. Sometimes these things, I don't remember all of it because sometimes I was often detached from a lot of it because I was involved in my own personal life. So I necessarily was,
And I
in
know
on
I'm asking
everything.
a lot for try to reach back and grab.
Yeah,
some
so we were in a circle, we we're holding hands.
Oh,
and
boy.
Charles had
I don't
passed
like where
away,
this
so it
is
had to have been
going.
somebody else because Charles is dead. And Sulema, she started talking about that. She was into, moving the earth and the earthquakes and all that. You probably know that. She thought she had the power to do that.
We've
I
already
remember
just,
Chad
oh,
and
she's
Lori said
Storm. I
something.
remember now.
I don't know if
Stormy.
anybody else said anything.
No, Storm was the X-Men.
So was it?
Storm.
So Chad was there.
Oh.
In the circle.
Oh, yeah.
Lori was
See?
there.
Yep. And I think Melanie and Alex, Sulema, me and David. David doesn't remember any of it. You can ask him. He's
David
blocked
is her
it. He
husband
was so
now.
I figured.
blocked. He can't remember it.
And this was after Charles
This
died.
was right after he died when we had that little meeting. Remember how I said we got together one time in
So-
Charles's house?
Blocked.
So
I
I just
know.
blocked it.
Like in July.
July
probably.
probably.
Yeah. But he died July
11th.
11, 7. I always try to remember 7/11. Okay. So, yeah.
You recall how soon after that was?
Weeks. Within weeks.
Do you think it's still in July?
David had to have been in town. That's the only way I can track it.
So, Charles Vallow was killed on 7/11
Mm-hmm.
on Slurpee Day.
Oof.
Like, how rude, man.
So rude.
But this casting was for what reason?
To continue to help the spirits that are in the bodies to talk them out of leaving their bodies.
What bodies?
I think it could have been Tammy. It might have been Brandon, maybe. That's the only two I could think of. That would be the only two I could think of because if they said anything about that, I have no memory of that. So no memory. And definitely, well, because not JJ, definitely, because JJ wasn't deemed a zombie until, September, right?
Okay.
So they would definitely not have done it about JJ. So probably Tammy and Brandon, because they said Brandon was definitely at this high
Well,
level, dark.
I don't want you, I appreciate you saying it was probably
Yeah,
either one of these two or maybe both, but
yeah.
I need you to remember.
He wants you to be Pacific, Melanie. Get it together.
If it was both, fine, but if it was just one.
I know it's.
Think about it.
I can't even remember what Chad Lori said.
Okay.
What?
I remember she always used her priesthood power, and then she's like, "Go ahead, take it over, Zulema." I remember that.
All right. So, were you?
Because Zulema remembers. Yes.
Something.
Oh, that's an excellent fishing expedition there,
Okay.
ma'am. Because Zulema
Refresh my
remembers.
memory when you were up here in
Yes.
September.
Idaho. You dated in September. Was there a casting done?
Did you hear that sound?
Like the gulp?
No, that was the thump of Zulema under the bus.
Oh my
Ay,
god.
ay, ay.
Zulema
Okay.
remembers.
Not that I
Yes.
can recall. I tried to remember.
Why did I just make it
Now
smaller?
I don't
again?
know why you do the things you do. I don't even know why I do the things I do.
Well, this is rude because now everything stopped responding to my delicate touch.
Oh, it's very
How about
upsetting.
prayer? Were you guys
See,
got together? Is that-
why?
Mhm.
Well, normal prayers like
Why?
or something,
Right.
possibly.
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
Normal
Like
prayers.
that. I don't recall.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Here we are. Now
I mean,
we're back.
I could say maybe, but I don't remember.
So as far as the castings, none of them took place in Idaho that you were present at.
Not that I can.
So
Yes.
let's just go down the list. So far, what do Stephanie, Spazzy Lazzy, Lazarus, and Melanie Gibb have in common? They don't remember.
Correct.
It was a long time ago. They have all these friends that are dead or dying.
Yes. Table smacking.
Yes. Lip eating.
Yes. Can't. I don't think
Name
Spazzy.
dropping.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Spazzy Lazzy felt her teeth though, so that's not one. No.
DNA leaving. Although Stephanie Lazzy
And bad hair.
Yeah, Stephanie Lazzy Spazzy probably had more boob sweat because remember she had that turtleneck and sweater.
Yes. You know what I'm kind of wondering though? I want to ask her this someday. Maybe I'll write her and ask her. But was it a turtleneck or was it a dickie? You know how you can just have it's just the neck part of it. Why would anybody ever be thirsty for a rock star? Those are gross. Coolest reviews.
Oh my God, Cynthia, now we know what Mel G's superpower was, the Coke hookup. Now
she
this is
was
gold.
she was the dealer. That was
Mm.
her special power, the kilos.
I mean, yeah, you can see how you know there's plenty of room to maneuver around her, chest and add some kilos there.
Mm-hmm.
Can recall.
Okay.
I'm
And
doing my best to
I know,
remember,
I know.
but
Remember,
it's
I'm doing my
horrifying to
best.
think
Remember,
about it,
But
I don't know.
Okay. So the ones you may have been involved in were the ones here in Arizona.
oh, you want to hear the kicker? Now that a lot of the discovery is out, the kicker is that she was actually at Lori's house when JJ was killed. They were having like a podcast / casting out / slumber party /
murder
yeah,
party.
yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is.
And that would have been at Lori's house,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda's house.
Meow.
Where else?
I remember when she was in Charles's house, and the one in
Right,
Houston,
meow.
or was it Houston or no, the other city? I always forget what city it was. Remember she lived in
In
Florida
Texas?
and Texas.
Remember,
that? I
remember,
remember she
remember.
was. I can't remember if I was. It seemed like she was on the phone with Chad. I remember her talking about Charles because he was in the house. She was really. That's right. She was really into. She was really into Charles's. She kept saying, "Oh, he's getting broken down. He's getting broken down. He's getting weaker. He's getting weaker. We're just We're doing things to help, get him weaker, get his, spirit out of his body, kind of a thing." They were like working on him. I remember that a lot.
So let me ask you this. Were there any castings that you weren't present, you were just on the phone with them?
So there was, in the beginning, there was a phone call. That's right. Good. Thank you for reminding me. Serena, Sulema. At one point, Melanie joined.
Oh, detective, thank you for reminding me.
Yes, thank you for reminding me about the lie I was about to tell. You're such a swell guy. What a helpful detective you are.
For really. That's like an NK moment.
I was sensing
Oh.
some NK-isms in here, but I want to blow that. I want to block to that island.
Yeah, let's listen for the demon.
Yes,
I mean,
because there's gonna be one. There always is one.
If she's lying, it's gonna come out.
It will. It will. I don't
Mhm.
know if it can get past the coke gum, so but we'll see.
Okay, let's see.
And
Melanie
Nicole,
Gibb or Melanie Gibb.
Melanie Boudreau. Oh, wait. Sorry, I remember one. Let me just stick to that one right now. I'm sorry. It's all over the place. This is not enjoyable for me.
It's all right.
Yeah, you
This
got a
sucks.
big fat
Anyway.
smile
We'll
on
get
your
through
face.
it.
It's you're
So
totally
yes, there was this phone thing because she was doing it
not
through
having
Zoom.
the time of your life. This is torturous. I can tell how much you've been laughing and zoom in on the chest. That's what Coolest Review likes.
Gosh.
Just
the
look
Zoom
at
thing.
her.
And so they were like everybody had their own little parts. Like, so, like I just said, like mine, I just talked about Jesus, right?
Mhm.
But theirs
Oh.
was.
That was her part. She just talked about Jesus.
Yes.
Let's rewind. Is this someone who is telling the truth?
Like
No.
I just said, like mine, I just talked about Jesus, right?
I mean, okay, look at this body language. She's turtling.
Yes. Yes, she does.
Her neck is disappearing. She's
Yep.
trying to convince.
Mm-hmm.
Eyebrows raised straight into his eyes.
Hands open, pleading to please believe me.
Yes, like believe me, look at my chest. Look at this scratchy little tore up.
Look what happens when you don't use fabric. How could I look? I can't. I obviously wasn't in it for the money. I don't even fucking use fabric softener. I mean,
I figured it out. Look at this. She's a unicorn, guys. She will stab you.
unicorn means the one horn,
Okay.
not one corn, one horn. This bitch got prongs. She looks like a tuning fork.
Well, but she's a busted down. I can't open her.
She looks like the fork you use to hold the turkey before you carve it. That's what she looks at. That's what that looks like. The turkey holding fork. I know there's a real name for it, but I don't know what it
Yeah,
is right now.
well-
But the turkey holding, that's what she looks like. The turkey.
Oh my gosh.
If the behavior panel doesn't have a term for what's going on with these bangs, I just gave them one. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what she did to these two right here, but they're behaving so far.
They're scared.
Yes, they are.
These two
But
have no
they're-
fuck. They've been burnt so many times. They got no fucks left to give. They're just doing whatever they want. They're done. They're even trying to escape the cult. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
One was over fire elements or something, wind, fire, earth.
Oh God.
I don't know, just like
Water.
funky words. And not that they were
The funky words.
Funky
water.
words. Water,
water.
fire. Wow. Hello, I've learned a lot.
Yes.
Super funky. I don't use
Yes.
those. I don't use fire and water in everyday conversations. You're right. Those are soups funky.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes, Shmita. Shmita wins. Look.
They've realized they're fucked either way.
This is kismet, Melanie. I was meant to roast you. Your bangs already have taken on the mission statement of this channel. You're fucked either way.
horrible words. They were just not usual, putting them together in a sentence kind of thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's very unusual.
Maybe we should listen to one of your podcasts, Melanie.
Yes, let's hear about how you
It
don't.
seemed to have flown out of your, everything. Your
Yeah.
chest, your head, your nose, all senses.
Yikes on bikes.
So yeah, they did that a few times on the phone.
Bicycle.
And then she was just kind of got tired.
I
All
want
this
to
person
ride
talks too
my.
much. She get irritated with people.
Same,
But
I've learned a
she's
lot.
always jealous. Anyway, so yeah, that was on the phone. And I don't know how many times, but I'd say a handful, maybe, well,
11 billion.
I mean, a handful.
take
What
it
does
2 or
that
3
mean to you?
times.
Because you're other people sometimes, and some of your people have superpowers. So if they have superpowers, do they have extra hands, extra fingers on their hands? So what's a handful?
Oh, well, just look at the effort she's putting into trying to make up these extra details about. I don't know if they're extra details. This hasn't been in trial yet, so let me just give her the benefit of the doubt. But to me, it just seems like, because at some point we'll hear the detective say, so we looked at the text messages, the hundreds of thousands of 11 billion text
Were there
messages.
144,000 of them?
Exactly.
Look, you can give her the benefit of the doubt. I spent on what she's saying, but I spent all my benefit of the doubt on these motherfucking bangs and this stretched out ass collar.
Yes.
What did you do? Did your mom not teach you that you hang shirts like that from the bottom? You stick the hanger up the bottom of the shirt. You don't try to stretch the shirt around the hanger.
Well, hold on. Let's just remember
She looks
that
like she smelled a fart. Or she's counting down to when she can go do a rail off the back of the toilet.
No, this is the shit. The more I say, the more fucked I am. Like, come on, Melanie, get it together. Tell him how much you love Jesus. Oh my God.
And then one time, okay, so you know the house she
Hold on,
lived
can you push
in,
pause
first
real
time
quick?
Alex's house?
Okay.
Are you being facetious, or am I being offensive to you? Because I'm not intending to be. If you're complimenting me, thank you. But if I'm offending you, I apologize. CDC dogs. I hope I'm not, because I don't really like to mock religion. It's just this.
This is not
Yeah.
LDS.
No, it's
Like
not.
what these people are talking about is not part. So
No, because I haven't
I
heard
would not,
anything about the
yeah, I would not
heavens.
be disrespectful to
No, I hope
religion.
not. Okay, I
Yeah.
hope not. I don't want to be. I don't want
And
to be offensive.
most of these loons have been like excommunicated from their,
Okay,
churches
gotcha.
or whatever, because obviously
Okay,
they're not normal.
it's a
So
compliment. She said, "Thank you." I just don't want to be offensive, so I'm glad it was a compliment. I'm glad you're enjoying the humor. Okay, continue.
let's do it. Let's just look at this guy's body language too. He's like, yeah, I'm not buying it, Melanie.
No, he's not buying it. But why does he have so many seams on him? Or wait, are they all
Right after she
seams, or
was-
some of
Oh,
them wrinkles? See, these are the extra details that don't matter, but are clearly very important. That looks like polyester. It's very hot in Arizona.
I know.
I feel like you're just in a sauna wearing that,
There's
especially because
another guy over here too. But oh my God, they're drinking these energy drinks.
yes,
I
that's what we've
can't.
been talking about this whole time.
I'm sorry. I zone out. I have ADHD.
left Charles the first time.
Mhm.
She went to Alex's house for a while. She had Serena on the phone, and Melanie was new to it, and she really didn't know what was going on. So it was the first time Melanie was exposed to it. And I remember we were holding hands, and I remember she said, "My hands got really hot and they got really cold." I was like, okay, not my experience, right? And then Serena kind of related to that. They were talking on the phone, and that was the night she came up with this idea, this map thing of zombies in the world. Arizona, Utah, Idaho, da 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 da. And then she's like, okay, Chad says, and she'd be on the phone. How many, Chad? How many zombies in this state?
She called him by name, Chad.
I knew she was talking to him.
How'd you know he's talking to him?
Well, I just did. I mean, I just did. I don't know. I knew it. I'm sure she-
Oh, yikes! There was the demon. See, we were expecting the demon with this voice, but we got the demon who speaks in one octave below only dogs can. I don't know.
Oh my God, I think my lungs just collapsed.
did, but I just know she was talking to him. Who else was she going to get this information from?
I don't know.
No, she was into him. She was way.
I'm telling you,
she was-
that was her, and that flip, that demon almost escaped, right? And then she flings her hair back. Not today. You stay right inside.
Oh my God. Oh, let's rewind this. This was like beautiful. Okay, come on. Take it back 10 seconds. Like,
Look at
Mr.
her
Binger
hands. Or why
would
are her
say.
hands always so clenched like that? Like they're not hands. Her fingers are like talons. Like she snatches her meals from large bodies of water. It's weird.
Oh wow, CDC dog says
Oh
she
wow.
knows these people. It's bad that they can't see this craziness from your perspective. They might not have gone so far down the Daybell's rabbit hole. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
probably not.
I like over the last couple of years since this has been going on, I've been reading a lot of like their material that they would put out, like Chad stuff, Julie Rowe. I've listened to a bunch of like Eric Smith's and Julie's podcasts, and it's just like I can like hear the progression of it just getting worse and worse and worse. And it's being like validated by all these people. It's like it's a cult.
It's an echo chamber where everybody, oh,
Yes.
your head is hot. It can't be because you just burnt the shit out of your bangs with the flat iron. It's got to be otherworldly. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Exactly.
look, she really crunches. Okay, now this is coming, you guys. The demon is about to come out, but it's not gonna get away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what
Just
we're
know
watching.
she was talking to. Who else was she going to get this information from?
I don't know.
No, she was into
See? Right
she
there.
was
That
way into chat. She was
that was the demon
infatuated
trying
with
to get
him
out, and then
big
she's
time. There was nobody else.
Oh geez. Okay, I think she's getting a little bit loud. Let me know if we need to adjust the volume.
yes,
You didn't
ma'am.
talk to about it. Nobody else could have given her that information. Nobody. I
Nobody.
guarantee it was nobody else. I just know it was him only. Because who
Oh.
else is she gonna call? She doesn't know
Now
how to
you're
talk
now
like
you're
that.
ripping off the slogan from the Men's Warehouse. I guarantee it.
She didn't know anybody. She wasn't friends with these podcasters. She didn't even know Julie Rowe. She never met her.
She didn't even know Julie
So,
Rowe. Like, can you even
um,
imagine? Where else would she be learning this? She didn't even know Julie Rowe.
Everybody knows Julie Rowe.
I don't know Julie Rowe, and I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll find an exhibit for you. Sorry, I keep doing that. I'll find the exhibit for you. Give me one moment.
And I could have
Okay.
maybe possibly heard his voice if she had a speaker sometime. I'm sure that happened at times. So I knew it was them talking. And I probably, she was on the phone a lot, in the car a lot. She was talking to him, and I just knew she was talking to him. And so anyway, he would say, okay, there's, I don't know, grab a number, 100 in this state, something in this state, and then throughout the whole world. And so he got this, like these people or these entities are in other people's bodies. So her idea was, it was for her to get rid of the zombies. The idea was for her thought she had the power to cast out, she'd say in the name of whatever and with her power. And then he would check, oh, there's none left in the state, So anyway, that's how she did. So anyway, I remember that conversation was kind of going on that night. And then
You're acting like this lady substituted French cut beans and the green bean casserole for regular cut beans. Anyway, that's just how she did it. When you're talking about removing zombies based on a map. Ridiculous.
Girls. And I think it was probably for the world too. It probably was. And anyway, everybody was just holding hands. And anyway, they all said their little, whatever they could come up with, they think of that would help encourage the spirit to leave or encourage them. And it wasn't done it didn't seem like it was done out of any unkindness or anything like that.
Oh, so they were kind to the spirits. Got it.
If you were to invite somebody to leave. I think they started using different weapons that had light in them to help that encourage that spirit to come out of the body by those words. But it had no power. So I haven't worried about it since I've left Lori. I was like, she didn't have any power. She can't hurt me. I'm not worried about her. So obviously I didn't believe in it to the level of worrying about my life,
She's
right?
got some level of a measure of power. She's left a lot of bodies in her wake.
That's kind of it. I mean, is there something you're kind of looking at that might help you?
Well, I really want to just dive into these.
Yeah, to kind of understand them.
Yeah.
No,
My understanding, and we may hit a little bit on this in our first interview, but my understanding is that the spirits, in order for the spirit to be taken out of the body, has to be casted out. However, if that body or the spirit in that body is a certain darkness, just casting it out doesn't prevent it
from coming back out.
From coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and there's certain ways that body can be destroyed.
See, her answer here is interesting to me because for somebody who doesn't believe it, when he talks about it, and she's agreeing, but she's agreeing as if she's just taught somebody. And now the student is relaying what he has learned to the teacher. He's a good noodle. He's going to get a gold star.
I don't know if it can be destroyed.
The spirit?
I don't know if they can be destroyed. I don't know if the Father
You never
destroys
heard anything?
spirits.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not saying they believe that. I'm just saying you and I
right, so-
personally, I don't think they can be
so-
destroyed.
When we talk about this, I'm trying to,
Okay, I
dive
wasn't
into-
sure.
yeah, trying to dive into their world.
Okay, there,
what
well,
they're
sorry,
thinking.
because you're
Right.
sharing personal, so, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't think that they thought they could destroy them either, though. They were just trying to get them to the point where, I don't
If
know,
I
maybe
had
they
a
want
dark,
that
dark spirit in a body,
Yeah,
I mean, a dark spirit.
yeah.
And that body, or no, excuse me, that spirit is cast out of that body. What enters that body next? Can it be a light spirit or can it be a dark spirit?
Oh, so that did occur
Oh.
with Charles, they said. So, okay, this was the first thing, is they were trying to cast out normal, like casting out, right?
Mhm.
But they said,
Normal.
oh, no, it's still in there. Chad would deem it still in there. We can't get him out. They're breaking eternal law, right? This is what we're saying.
Okay.
It casts his personal spirit out and we put a new one in. So then they finally said, we got him out finally. Through our priesthood powers, we got him out. Now, who's the next one? Garrett? Garrett was the next one that came.
Aw,
in, Charles.
Shamita, thank you,
This
babe.
was supposed to be a more advanced, darker spirit.
Okay, so if.
Yeah.
if
According
What
to him.
was
if the
that
body keeps
that she
receiving
just
dark
did?
spirit,
Yeah.
In order, does that body have to be destroyed?
Oh, no, well, not, see, they were learning. It was a never figured out. This was Chad pretending more and more along the way, is my opinion now. It's like, he was just like, okay, that didn't work, but what can I come
Hi,
up with to keep Lori happy, right? And let me
DTC
just
Prime
figure this
Time.
out and come up with, I don't know if he even.
Hey, Shmita, thank you.
Ah, Shamita, so sweet. I don't know if she heard
Okay,
me say thank you.
I found what I was looking for. I would like to
Is
just
it me?
please- No, Julie Rowe. I would like
Hello?
to show. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
I get it
Is it
now.
me? Yeah.
Wah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Miss Julie Rowe.
All you ladies pop it like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my
Wow.
crack. My back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck,
All right,
back,
girl.
lick my pussy and my crack. My back, lick my pussy and my crack. My back, lick my pussy and my crack.
I mean, look, you obviously posted this because you wanted people to see it. Why don't you commit to saying all of the words? I can.
Yeah, so this is Miss Julie Rowe, the
Oh.
visionary.
Oh, she's wearing hoops. You know what they say about the hoops.
Well, it looks like she has fabric softener.
It does. It does. It also looks like she overused some mascara and the bottom and the top are now stuck.
Let's just keep going. Julie is the gift that
together.
keeps on giving. She just
Okay.
yeah.
Right now, lick it good.
She is the one that predicted that the kids were happy and smiling and playing on the beach
Oh,
when they were looking for them, and when in fact the kids were, unfortunately, as we now know,
yeah.
gone.
Suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, lick
Is
my
this
Yeah.
her
pussy
pickety
and
talk?
my crack.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
My neck, my back, lick
She only
my
got
pussy
22
and my
likes.
Someone snatched this. There's a really great group on Facebook.
Ah, this isn't
True crime.
current tickety
Yeah,
talk.
true crime.
Underground.
Lore. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I've been in that group for a very long time. They're doing an excellent job.
I would appreciate not getting an invite. I'm gonna have to reconsider. You're getting blocked. Removed.
I'm sorry, I just wasn't sure who was all into it. Like,
You
go.
know that I get into stuff like this.
I dive deep, girl. I go deep.
I know you do. And we're back.
Played all the
Play-Doh.
way through because Lori was so pushy about being with him. And I think he was so infatuated, which you and I both know he was with her. I think he just got more creative in his darkness. And I think it just went on line by line by line. I don't think That's my
Okay.
feeling. I could be wrong. Maybe he had the whole, some people say, oh, a writer, knows the end of it. I don't know.
All right, so let me ask you this then. With these castings, we know that, or I think we know, it was with Charles. They tried casting Charles.
Yeah.
They at one point tried casting Brandon.
I think so. It feels familiar. I'll just say that.
Oh, it feels familiar. That's what she said. Okay.
Him as
Lord.
Mark after, right, right after
Feels
Charles died. 'Cause
familiar.
then they were trying to help Melanie because now she would go hook her hooks into Melanie.
Hooker. Hooker. Oh
There's
my
the
God.
demon.
There it is. Again. Hooker. Hooker.
Yeah, Julie Rowe does have some good hair days. I'm gonna give her that.
She did those. Yeah, she knows how to use a flat iron correctly.
Absolutely.
She got totally taken
Her
out by
bangs
Lori.
aren't waiting to
And,
hold down a turkey while
Brandon
you
is
carve
all
it.
these things, and he's now not only is he dark, he's actually we found out more about him. So first he's this. Oh wait, we discovered more about him. Now now we know he's actually a high level. He's like up there with Hitler kind of thing, right?
Right.
Oh,
And
nobody
yeah,
wants to
have
be
you
on that
seen him?
level.
He was one of the Hitler crowd. He was one.
That would be who are they talking about?
Brandon.
Charles. Oh, Brandon.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, that would be Miss Melanie's hubby.
Of the group that associated with Hitler.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah, did you know that?
I must have missed that somewhere.
Yeah, well, you're not missing much.
But Tammy.
Trying to
Thank
rein
you.
them.
So Tammy was
Trying to rein them
let's
damn
see.
bangs in, and
That's a
they
good
can't
one,
be reined
because
in.
that one's different.
Give me
Because she was
land,
sweet,
lots of
right?
land under starry skies above.
No, it was at the very.
She did, Allie.
It must have not been Tammy.
Well,
But that's a good thing. Thank you, because I gotta route it around. Tammy.
She's thanking the detective again for jogging her memories.
Yes.
What would they have said about her? Because she didn't have an evil spirit in her. So then at the very end, she did.
Well, let me just make it up.
And who-
Look, he's
because
writing
it was-
down
she probably only did
bullshit.
like once, so it's not like there was a lot of time spent on Tammy, to my
Okay.
knowledge.
I fucking hate your bangs. I fucking hate your bangs. I'm tired of them staring at me. I fucking hate your bangs.
I remember she said right in September, oh, there's evil spirits starting to work on Tammy now. Tammy's good, but they're not in her yet.
Oh,
They're like
Oh,
working on her.
look what
And
DTC
they're coming
said.
around the house, something like that. And then she had to knock at the door one night, and Tammy wakes up to go see us. And of course, Chad and Lori would say, oh, that was Julie Rose. that came in.
Man, I ain't trying to conjure whatever demon
know.
this hoe's got. I got my own demons.
I do want to kind of like try the thriller.
We should try it.
I'm gonna
we
pull it up on my phone, like so it's not like
Yeah,
full.
because well, let me
we
just
don't
say
want the
this.
tubes after us.
Well, let me tell you what happens. So in that video I made for the Halloweens or whatever, at the very end, it's like 5 seconds. It's not even 5 seconds. Is what's his name? Vincent Price. It's his laugh at the end of Thriller. Boom. Copyright. So rude.
I know. Fair use, man.
Right. I
Use
changed
it.
it in a meaningful way. It's at the very end to scare people. I didn't use Michael Jackson's song. I would have, though, but I knew that for sure. I would get a. When I
Yeah.
used This Is Halloween, I used 27 seconds of that. Marilyn Manson didn't come for me, but Disney did.
I did share this with somebody. I really feel like it's come out somewhere along the journey.
It probably is. But you gotta understand, man.
Oh
there's so
my
much stuff out
God.
there. Sometimes we have trouble keeping straight.
I don't blame you. That's why I keep saying, call me. If you have like a brain cramp, Melanie, can you help me sort
You
me out?
Debbie
'Cause I
Harry
really
now? Call me.
I got my memory.
Yeah, that's why we're
Oh,
here.
we're
I
just.
know, but I was just saying, when you're going through
Oh.
stuff and you're going through all this stuff, you need to keep it collective. Ask me, because I'm gonna tell.
Yeah,
the truth. Nobody's gonna tell
you're
like me.
super organized. I'm following.
So,
Thank you,
tell me again about the knocking
DTC.
on the door.
So something
I'm following this very, very convoluted, twisty turvy story all the way. I can't keep nothing you said straight, lady. Nothing.
About one night there was this is what Chad would tell Lori, that Tammy woke up to a knock at the door.
Did
and
Chad
then
ever speak directly
he
to
would
you,
say,
Melanie?
maybe to Julie, I don't know. I mean, to his wife, I don't know. But he said, she told me that he said it was Julie's spirit knocking at the door. That's what woke her up. So that was one indication. And it seemed like there could have been other things I can't recall. But she just said, I felt this feeling of like they were kind of like around her house.
Oh,
All right,
my.
here we go. Here we go, guys.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna mute her, and I'm gonna fast forward for a bit. I mean, backward.
Rewind.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. It's only not that long. So
Which version of Thriller did you get? Because the real song's like 3 minutes and some odd seconds, right? Yeah.
no, I'm watching someone's like choreography. So
Ah, okay.
all right, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Melanie, good job.
Good job. I wish your moves were a little crisper, though. That's all.
Sure, but
That's my
you don't have the words to describe it.
assessment.
Do you think this would be a good point to, break for the night and
I
come
think
back for
so.
part 2? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do that. Do you guys want to do? Thank you, Amy. So sweet. Thank you for
Oh,
that.
thank you so much.
Do you guys want to? Thank you, Mo. How about this? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to have us do a part 2 tomorrow.
Yes, that sounds good.
Let's do it. Yeah, we can do part
Back
2
to back.
tomorrow. Yeah. Finish it
We're
up.
going
Finish it up.
back to back.
Yeah, instead of making you guys wait a week, because we've decided we're approaching the end of
Melanie is worth it.
2021. So yeah, we're gonna
All right.
new year, new us, less cruelty. The ward will be bringing you 13% less cruelty in 2022.
Yeah, we will be bringing you the chill pill.
Yeah, we will.
Awesome. So we got a date tomorrow night.
Yes.
Let's do it a little bit earlier though, right? For
Yeah.
our
For the
girl
worker
Sam.
bees.
Yeah, and our UK
Yeah.
people. So yeah, we'll
Oh.
come around. We'll make that. We'll come up with a time and just set your notifications on.
Yes. Yeah. I'll set it up. Yes, Shmita, 1 + 1 = magic. I mean, your football game is at noon, Sugar Beet. Okay, who are you watching? Who plays tomorrow at noon? Yeah, what time did you say you wanted to do it, Dr. B?
Oh, I said that we would figure it out. And
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
for everyone to set their notification bells on. And
yes, please.
And we'll put up we'll schedule it, like well in advance. So
yes,
you should be able to see it. But definitely
yeah, we're
there
not
will
going to
be.
ambush live you, promise.
Yes, but this was gold. I have
Yeah, it was.
I have to go back and watch this replay now because I need to see her dance.
Yes. All right. So thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for being here and just chatting along. And thank you, Dr. B, for working the pause button and bringing in excellent exhibits for us all. And
You're very
thank you to the
welcome.
mods.
Just call me Dr. Dre. You're my Slim Shady.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Jen is back.
Tell
Call
a
her
friend.
friend.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? All right.
You-
Well,
yeah.
good night, and thank
Good
you so
night,
much. This was
y'all.
so much fun.
It was. Good night. Amy, if you're having trouble with your notifications, unsubscribe, resubscribe, and check all for the notifications. Sometimes YouTube makes you do that because they're rude and they instigate. But all right, that's it. Good night, y'all. Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.